Hi, welcome for our RTL online training and placements. In this session, I'm going to explain about two important questions in the interviews they'll ask about the customers in Oracle Fusion Financials Cloud. In Fusion Financials Cloud, when we are going to work with the customers, we will not be able to assign the customer directly to the business unit. We are supposed to assign this customer account, customer account address, whatever customer account address is there, that customer account address we are going to assign to the reference data set and assign this reference data set to the business unit. Okay, so the question number one is, can we go for assign this customer account address to the common set? We know that reference data sets means we have common reference data set, enterprise set, and we have custom reference data sets. It means we will be creating new reference data sets. So can we assign this customer account address to the common set? No, it is not possible. We can't assign. We must use custom reference data set here. We cannot assign this customer account address to the common reference data set. If we assign to common reference data set, what happens generally? It will be associated with all the business units. But customer address account is not like that. Customer is global, that's fine. When we are creating customer, either person or organization, it's global. But customer account address is restricted to the specific business unit. Okay, that's why we have to create new reference data set and use that reference data set here. According to that, it will work. So that's the first question. Second one is, when we are working with the transactions in account receivables model, whenever we try to create a customer transaction, we'll not be able to find the customer transaction. For example, let me just create one customer here. I'm going to create customer. Customer information will enter at four levels. First, we'll enter customer information, account address information, nothing but site. After that, address purpose we are going to use. We are going to enter all this information. Let's say I'm going to specify Xerox Corporation US is the customer, and customer account, putting it as Xerox account. And then what type of account this is? Let's say it's an external account. This customer is going to provide some fitness clubs and health clinics related material or service. And I'm using the address site as ABM_DS. That's one of the reference data set I'm using. And I'm going to use this as a site here, Xerox site address. Let me take the postal code 12200, which is New York double code. Let me enter it again. And after creating this site address, we are supposed to specify this purpose. It's billing. I'm using the same address I'm using for shipping also. Let me take this purpose is ship to, and as well as the corresponding bill to option, both we are going to choose. So let's go for select this here, ship to, and then go for bill to options here. Go for save and close. So what we have done is now we created a customer successfully, and we have assigned customer account address site is ABM_DS. Right. So by default, what happened? Every customer will have customer profile class. By default, will find default profile class, because profile class is mandatory. Without profile class, we cannot complete this customer setup. Now we can find the profile history tab here. I can see that customer profile class here, default. It's mandatory. Without profile class, we'll not be able to complete this customer account site, right? That. Let's go for create a transaction for this Now let's make sure that you have assigned account receivables roles to your user. Account receivables roles, what are we have? Account receivable supervisor and account receivable specialist. Two roles are there, right? Let me go to receivables and billing options here. Go to create transaction. Here we are supposed to choose our business unit. I'm selecting US1 business unit and choose the transaction source and type. This transaction source and type will be doing the setup in our AR module in FSM environment. So when I try to search for the customer name here, see I'm not getting the customer name. Yeah. So there might be two reasons. Either your customer is having end date or your customer account address, whatever is there, that's not the proper RDS which is associated with your business. How we will do this is, let me just go for take a new private window and let me check in FSM environment here. Let's go to setup and maintenance here. We have to go to the task, manage business unit set assignment here. Choose our business unit is US1 business unit because we are raising the invoice for US1 business unit, right? Let's go for the task here, US1 business unit. And we are searching for the object, customer object. Here, customer account site. First site is the RDS. So while creating the customer, when we are working with customer address set, nothing but our customer site that should be associated with this RDS, cust site, then your customer will be available for this business unit. Let me change this now here. Cust site is the reference data set is associated with this. So let me go for customer here, manage customers and manage customers. We will find here. Let's go to your account. If we go to this tab here, site details, customer, we can find account address set. This is ABM underscore RDS we have. ABM underscore RDS we have. So this is site is associated for this reference data set. It will not allow us to go for making changes here now. So if at all we want to disable this particular site, we can go for a disable here. From date and to date, we can specify. We can also have multiple sites here. Let me go for create another account site here for this account. Here we will choose cust site. It's the reference data set we are going to use here. Now Xerox US California. Then we will go for make this is for billing or shipping purpose. I'm going to make this is use it for both. billing as well as for shipping purpose. The moment when we choose ship to, immediately it will ask us what is the billing site. Yeah. So let's go for save and close. So this is how we can go for identify which reference data set is assigned for our business unit. Now let's see the customer name we are going to get it or not. I can see the customer account. Right. So this is the first one which we are going to have that when we are working with the customer. So the question is when we are raising the invoice, why we are not able to get the customer name. There might be two reasons. Maybe your customer is disabled. How we can go for customer disabled? Just now, if at all we want to disable the site, we can do it from here. So for example, I want to disable this site today itself. We can go for disable it here itself. Save and close. Maybe it has taken the number. Second site, right? Take this. I think today is the last date here. Yes. So when we are working with the customer also, we can find the information here. This is our customer information, tax profile and profile history. As I said, profile class is mandatory. So we are supposed to assign this profile class here. If at all we have not assigned any profile class, it takes default profile class here. Default profile class. For profile class also, we can set what is the start date and as well as what is the end date. What is the end date? That also we can go for specific. So this is about the customers. A lot of options we have while working with the customers, like late payment charges and customer relationships, and also the customer tax profile. When we are working with this customer profile class, what are the options? Mandatory. In profile class, we are supposed to add payment terms, statement cycle, collector. These are mandatory things. So we are supposed to assign the profile class to the customer, then we'll assign it to the customer account, right? Then we will go for associate with the customer account site. Thank you.